this almost 80 million figure, the highest that UNHCR has recorded since these statistics have been systematically collected, is of course a reason for great concern. This is, by the way, approximately 1% of the world population. We've never reached this very significant percentage. 68% of all these people are from 5 countries, have 5 nationalities, only 5. Syria, Venezuela, Afghanistan, South Sudan, and Myanmar. You know what this means. If crises in these countries were solved, 68% of the global forced displacement would probably be on its way to being solved. Other issues of concern related to the pandemic is the closing of the borders. 164 countries have either closed totally or partially their borders, and in various ways this has affected also the quest for asylum. The impact on livelihoods, I don't need to tell you, you know that, I've spoken about this a lot. If we don't have yet a health emergency among refugees, perhaps we certainly have an emergency of livelihoods. Has COVID itself created movement? That is early to say, in my opinion. But I am very worried, and we've said it to a lot of different governments that have asked us this question, that the livelihoods crisis, I don't know if that term is clear, the poverty, the increased poverty of these populations, in my opinion, coupled with lack of solution, perpetuation of conflict, and in situations like the Sahel, deterioration of security, in my opinion, there's no doubt that it will increase population movements in the regions, but also beyond, towards Europe, for example. It has slowed down, it has been more complicated than before, but the granting of refuge, let's put it that way, has continued in these countries. In spite of the coronavirus. Of course, if the situation deteriorates further, it will be an additional burden. So I am worried that this in the end may prevent asylum from being fully granted to people that seek it. Because as I said many times, COVID has stopped many of the things that we're doing, but certainly it doesn't seem to have stopped wars.